There you go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Debating Woes with Judge Dre. I'm going to be the guest host tonight. And the topic is going to be parenting your children with social media and electronics. And we've got everybody on the panel with us. We've got Zelix, we've got Lethal, KP and Submissive. We've got the King Judge Dre himself, Bella Atreyu. Good evening, everybody. How's it going?
What up? What up? What up?
What's going on? It's going well. It's going well.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on, fellas? So those of you that are tuned in, I just want to go ahead and let you guys know to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button to support the show of rational intellectuals, as we like to call ourselves. But yeah, to get on to the topic, parenting your children with social media and electronics. In today's society, electronics and technology runs everything. And you find that a lot of kids have social media accounts, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. They've got iPhones, they've got iPads, they've got Androids, phones, Android tablets. Everywhere you turn, you'll see a kid with their head down in an electronic device.
Yeah.
As a parent myself, I know that there can be issues, and I've heard so many horror stories of issues with the social media and the electronics and things like that. And what we like to do tonight, myself and the panel, we'd like to share our experiences and then hear your experiences dealing with electronics and social media, how they're involved in your children's life, if they are involved in your children's life. And we'd also like to share some tips to prevent you from having to experience any of the horror stories that are out there that you probably have heard of. Things like locking down devices, limiting access to certain websites, internet, text messages, ways to see if your kid or your child has access to social media, Instagram, Twitter, things like that. I've heard so many stories of parents not even knowing their kids have Facebook accounts, Twitter accounts, Instagram accounts. And we know the type of exposure that's out there for negativity, things like sex, drugs, violence. Pretty sure we've seen the story of Trayvon Martin and these younger kids having pictures with blunts and guns and glorifying, sexual activity, stuff like that. So we just want to share ways to help you understand the technology, understand the social media, and how to prevent your kid from being exposed to the negativity that's out there.
Great intro, man.
I think this is a very, very great topic, which also can be touchy as well, because you're going to have parents on both sides of the fence. Some think it's okay to allow social media and technology to raise their children, and others, I'm just totally against, and others are like me. We're just totally against it or have it with moderation. So I think tonight is going to be a very good topic to get into. Now,
I agree. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Now, I mean, for you guys as parents, and if you're not a parent, maybe you have nieces and nephews, you also can weigh in as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Well, I tell you, I'm not a parent. Give me one moment. Let me turn this fan off. Okay, I'm not a parent at all. However, I do have cousins and younger influences in my family, or not influences, but impressionable people in my family. So, and I mean, they're raised in this generation, which I think is both the worst and the best generation ever. As odd as that sounds, it's the best in terms of technology and creativity. At least in the futuristic type world, it's the worst in the same exact way. I mean, for one, let's be honest. When you deal with electronics and all these devices, you kind of exclude human interaction, which I think is the basis of human life, human interaction. That's a very important part of being alive, or I guess existing. And as a parent, it's gonna be even tougher because before you'd always warn your kids against them bad kids in the neighborhood, but now it's like you gotta warn them, about these strangers and people online that can possibly be, a threat to them. I mean, you know what I mean?
Right?
And I guess that's kind of where I'm going to stop right there and see how we can float on the subject and talk about it.
Hey, let me ask the panel this: what if you have kids, how many of you or younger kids? I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter the age. All the parents that are on the panel right now, how many of you, um, your kids have access to social media or have electronic devices?
Just
Sorry.
mine does. All of them.
Yeah, our kids definitely have access to the internet and social media, and they have phones, and we've definitely had to, we limited the exposure. There was never, the laptop was never in the room. You had to, bring it out into the living room. You couldn't be in your room with the door shut on the internet. That probably sounds pretty strict to some people, but personally, I don't give a shit because we all know that it's a wide open world on the internet, and we weren't willing to just hand the world to them, on a silver platter behind a closed door. It's just not happening, or wasn't happening. As far as the phones go, with the texting and things like that, that was probably the biggest thing that ever happened, like that we can really mention. That happened was when I decided, I didn't always check the phone bill, so the one night that I checked the phone bill and found out how frequently my kid was texting at all hours of the night, like seriously, how many texts? Like 500 texts?
No, it was in thousands.
Yeah, I freaked out. I couldn't believe it. But it's just things like that. You have to check behind your kids, and you have to put limits on things, As far as the internet exposure goes, you can't, we all know that there are predators out there. If you think about how even before the internet, say young girls, how they always try, you want to be older, you want to look pretty, you want to feel pretty, you want to think that once you hit that certain age, you're just trying to figure out who you are. Well, now you have to kind of equate that to how kids are online. So they want to, they can say they're older when they're not. And because there are predators, there are people looking for that kind of a thing. They're looking for somebody who is not limited on the internet, or somebody who can, be available to them. So we have to be the ones to, keep an eye out for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Myself with my two boys, they do have electronic devices. However, since day one when they did get them, I made sure to have all and every, I do not know how to use these things. I'm not savvy with all this kind of stuff. However, I did make sure that I did know how to put the parental controls on all of them. I've always had talks with them, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, and what I expect of them. And also, I can agree with Sub that no closed doors. They always have been in the immediate living area with their laptop, tablet, or whatever they're on. One other thing is, when I introduced it to them when they were younger, I introduced it for educational purposes. Do you guys remember the Leapfrog tablet?
Yes.
Yes.
That's how my kids started. It helped them a lot. It was educational. So I always made sure that whatever they were doing on their electronic devices when they were younger was always educational or something productive. Because I've always told them that there's a lot of good on the internet and there's a lot of bad. And as far as social media goes, they are not allowed to have it. We have one Facebook in my oldest son's name, and the sole purpose for that is for school. The school does a lot of field trips and activities, walking outdoor activities as well, and they all, whatever parents are volunteers that day, they will take pictures and post that to the school Facebook. So that's my way of having those memories, because unfortunately I cannot join in these kind of activities because of my injuries. So we have that. We did have Skype 3 years ago. We assumed that all the privacy settings were on. However, some way, somehow, two grown women with with my child's little photo. You could tell this is a little boy, and on Skype, and they friended him and sent images. He didn't see them. He just said, "Mom, I have two requests. Come look." And it was two grown women looking for a child. So that's absolutely gone. Skype is gone. The only thing we do have is the Facebook, but only has just to get the pictures and also to contact his grandmother. So other than that, absolutely nothing inappropriate is allowed. Once in a blue moon, I'll go check the history, but they've never done me wrong. The history has been really good. So, but yeah, it's dangerous. A lot of parents just say, "Here, I got you a tablet. Set it up. Enjoy the ride," and then the children become something that they will regret, and there's no turning back.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things you mentioned, that you're not too savvy with the electronics. And I think that's the problem. A lot of us parents are older and we didn't have that type of stuff growing up. So this is all new to us. I know a lot about electronics. I'm an electronics junkie. I'm a tech junkie. And when I talk to other parents, when I hear these stories of their kids, having access to social media, they go on their kids' tablet, they find porn, they find all kinds of stuff that these kids have had access to. And the one common thing I always hear is that the parents don't know anything about the devices that their kids are using. They don't know anything about social media. And I think that's one of the parts where we fail as parents, is not taking the time to keep up with the technology to learn what our kids have access to, and how they have access to it.
Very good point, Leslie.
I think as parents, it is our responsibility to know what our kids are getting into.
Yeah,
it's our responsibility to know what they're using. And I think a lot of it has to do with laziness. iPad is probably iPhone and iPad are probably the most popular devices that are out right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes literally 20 to 30 minutes to get into that settings menu and set everything up, to turn on the age restrictions, for certain websites, to disable access to certain apps, and setting up passwords and things like that. So these kids can't go into the app store and just start downloading whatever the hell they want to download and installing it on there. I know personally there's apps, specific parental monitoring apps that you can download onto your kid's phone, that you can set a separate password to so they can't open anything up, or change any settings. And you can make it to where anytime they mess with the settings or do anything, it'll notify your phone or your personal device. Same thing with GPS tracking, stuff like that. I'm pretty sure parents, we work, we've got things that we do as well. And there may be a period of, 30 minutes or an hour that your kids may have to be home by themselves before you get home from work, between the time they get home from school. Knowing where they're at, they've got family GPS apps where you can look and see where your kid's at all times. to make sure they're not anywhere where they're not supposed to be. And you can set this stuff up where if a kid steps out of a certain perimeter that you set, let's say the house or that block, it'll notify you once that kid leaves with that phone, to say, hey, they stepped outside of the perimeter that you set up. So there's a lot of things out there that us parents, we got to get out of our little comfort bubble, get out of our routine, and we've got to seek these things out. Because at this day and age, everything's at the tip of your fingers with the internet. All you have to do is Google this stuff, and there's going to be several listings and results that'll pop up that can help you parent better and monitor your kids' devices and what they're doing.
You're right. I was gonna say also, and make sure the kids do not know, and or find out, how to fix, how to go about changing things. Because I was a very inquisitive kid. I love finding things out. I love solving problems and whatnot, and that's my favorite things that my parents want me to know. So I mean, I would also, make sure they don't find out or find some extra protection.
Oh yeah. I agree, Z, man. These kids are smart. These kids are a lot smarter than we were back in our day. They've got an abundance of information at their fingertips, man. And these kids they're inquisitive. That's just what they do. They have nothing but school and home. So they're gonna get into shit. They're gonna find things to do. They're gonna pick things apart. And especially with peer pressure, well, all their friends are on social media. All their friends have a Facebook. All their friends have a Twitter.
Yeah.
Because we got to face reality. Most parents these days are shitty parents. They're lazy parents. So they let their kids do any and whatever they want to do, anything and whatever they want to do. And it kind of sucks for us good parents because we want to implement those safeguards. We want to protect our children. We don't want our children to be influenced and straight down that negative path. But for each one of us parents, there's probably 100 shitty parents out there that don't give a crap about their kids, or they're totally not naive, or they're totally clueless, or they may purposely separate themselves from their kids because they just don't want to deal with that. So it's really hard on us good parents to keep our kids, keep our kids safe and keep an eye and keep a tab on what our kids are doing.
I gotta give you guys credit for being able to do that, because I know if I had kids, even though I love technology and stuff, I'd still have a hard time trying to. Hell, I asked my little cousins how to do stuff. Even though I'm smart, I know how to figure a lot of things out, but sometimes you just don't want to do it. So it's like, you know what, you figure this out. 5 seconds later, I'm like, wait a minute, I've been doing all this stuff. These kids, I'm telling you. KB.
Broke up there. You broke up on my end.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break up on everybody's end?
I couldn't hear you either, Z.
You're getting a little bit broken up, Zelix.
I still am? Okay, I'm going to log
Okay,
out.
okay.
All right.
That raggedy ass microphone.
Really, KP?
Hey, where's our mods? We got to get rid of our troll.
You got trolls in there? Oh, snap.
We're the crispy rejects.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about that.
Thanks for the view, though, hey?
Right.
Well, yeah. One of the things that I've used is an app called Dropbox, and I'm pretty sure everyone's familiar with it.
Yep.
What it is it is a cloud storage application, so you can store your files, pictures, documents, whatever you need in there. When you install it on your computer, it creates its own folder on your desktop, and you just drag and drop whatever's in there, and it will automatically sync it and back it up to a cloud. Well, they've designed an app that can be downloaded to mobile devices, and they've got what's called a photo sync, and you can activate it. You can turn it on or turn it off, and you can also set a passcode to that app. So as soon as you click on it, you've got to punch in your passcode to be able to access that app. And that's one of the things I've placed on my children's phone for the purposes of taking pictures. So when you activate that photo sync, any picture that they take or they download to that device or they access to that device that physically gets stored onto that phone, it will automatically sync that picture to your photo sync or your photo uploads folder on your Dropbox. And even if they go to erase it, it's still automatically synced. So as a parent, you download the Dropbox app on your phone, and you can go into those photo uploads daily to see what kind of pictures your kids are looking at or what kind of photos they're taking. There've been a lot of stories of these young women, these young girls in these schools taking inappropriate pictures of themselves to send to their boyfriend or whatever. And next thing you know, within a matter of 10, 15 minutes, the entire school has that photo.
Yeah.
You know, there have been instances of these kids killing themselves when something like that happens because they're so embarrassed. You know, so it's always a good idea to know what kind of pictures and things your kids are accessing on their devices too. And that's one of the ways you can do that.
Okay, I have a question for Slacks in the chat room. He says that you know, he can't really comment because he's young, he doesn't have any kids. That's
I
true.
don't.
You may not be able to comment that way, but you can also tell us as adults, what have you're closer to the children's age, so I'm pretty sure you've heard some things that they've done, so you can give us an insider view on what things they're doing, so we know what to look out for.
You know, I mean, I don't have kids either, but still, I mean, I had a child. Empathize. I got nieces and nephews, so it still applies in certain ways. I mean, when my brother's not around, his girl's not around, I still, you know, keep them safe as time. So, thanks.
I see. So Slacks don't want to give up the insider information.
Bruh.
That's because you throw them under the bus closer to the kid's age.
All right. Because I'm pretty sure, like, you know, around younger people, they share stuff that they, you know what I mean? Literally, I had to get with other parents, and that's what we learned about I've even had where we got the cameras and we put them on the homes, and a lot of people think we putting the cameras on the home for burglars. No, so that way we can watch the damn kids. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yep. Yeah, I've got 6 cameras in my house, man. I got 3 outside and 3 inside. I got one in my kids' room, one in the family room, and one in the living room. So, and I've got Xfinity Home, so at any time I can hop on my cell phone and look and see what the kids are up to.
That's good. That's good, man.
The reason why I set it up the way that I set it up is because I had an incident where a family member was doing some inappropriate sexual things to my son. I happened to walk in on it, and it ended up getting into a real nasty situation. So whenever my kids are in their room with their friends or in the family room with their friends, we can always monitor what's going on.
Damn, I didn't even think about it that way. I hate to say some of us parents might have to use that shit.
Oh yeah, man. Here's the thing too, man. You know, you never know what your kids' friends have been exposed to at their house. You know, how many kids do we hear about are getting molested by family members and things like that? And we all know that typically people that are molesters and rapists and things like that, it was done to them as a child. And that's why they turned out to be that way. So, you know, if you've got a kid that's over your house and they are they're going through some sexual trauma in their own house, they may start to experiment or do things of what they're seeing at the home, and they may victimize your child, and you would never even know.
Never thought that way. Wow.
You know, so it's pretty scary out there when you think about it. But you know, I refuse to be that lazy parent. You know, and then too, it protects my wife and I when we have other kids that come over to our house. You never know what accusations could be made about you. You know, because you do have some trifling kids out there who will lie, who do lie, and we ran into a few of them that will just make stuff up. So anything you can do to safeguard yourself and protect your home and your family and your children, I encourage parents to do it. Hey, what's going on, Freaky? Long time no see.
Hey, sorry, cooking.
What up, freaky gal?
Hey, how you doing?
Hello,
Chilling.
I haven't seen you in a long time, Freaky. This is Bella.
Hey, Bella. I'm sorry, I've been working, guys. I miss all
Well,
of
it's
you.
okay. It's nice to have you, though.
Yeah, definitely a pleasure
Oh,
having you.
good.
It's nice to be here. What's tonight's topic?
We are talking about raising children around social media and electronics.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've been pretty much talking about ways to safeguard kids. There's a lot of nasty
What's
shit
up,
out there on the
Brandon?
internet.
That's true. There is a lot.
You
Well,
what?
Hey,
I don't know. I mean,
Oh,
they have
where?
Hey, Vet, I'm mute you real quick.
I mean, like I think you were talking about Dropbox earlier,
Yes.
Leslie.
Yep.
They have since I was young, my mum, she's always been very since she put the internet in the house, she was like, nope, I want to know everything about it. I have to know everything about it. So she found out that there were ways you could lock certain things or just like certain websites so they couldn't go on them. So YouTube, I was not introduced to YouTube. I wasn't introduced to, the wide internet. I had a very limited access of the internet. And I also, if I was on any social media sites, when I got, to the age of like 13 and older, my parents had all my information on my social media. So it's not like I could really hide anything. And passwords on phones were not allowed, or if they were, they had to have the passcode so they could go through it if they wanted to.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but I was also the type of kid that I was really like, I wasn't super secretive. So with some things I'm not even going to lie, but with most of everything, I was just like, well, take it. It's not really a big deal. But since, they have they have more access to the internet and they have more access to a little bit more knowledge. And I feel like even with the internet, parents need to guide their children and tell them, look, everything on the internet is not true. And you don't need to do everything that's on the internet. Personal information is personal for a reason. I was always explained the dangers of the internet and people and how shisty people can be. But I also experienced that myself from a young age. So I think I had a little bit more of, because I experienced something at a young age, the internet, I wasn't swayed by the internet like these young children are, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think,
Yeah.
Makes sense
So
to me.
yeah, so I think parents also, like I said, children think that they can just get on the internet and, put everything out there and nothing's going to happen to them because they have not been taught that people do lurk, people do and wait for you to put something out there so that they can come and harm you. Some people do. Some people are just sick that way. You don't know. So be careful when you're on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, Freaky, if you don't mind me, honey, because I lose my train of thought real quick, if I can tell you something.
Please do.
I agree with you. You know why? There's
Yeah.
many kids in my son's school who have their entire name as their, the name on the social media. They say, how it says where you live? I usually say somewhere over the rainbow or, Japan or China, right?
Yeah.
Or none of your business. They say the city, the province, and the country. And then they take a picture with their school uniform shirt that says the name plastered right on their chest. And not only do they not protect their child from that kind of pedophiles, and they don't have the privacy or the parental settings on there, because my son has seen it. Not only that, they let them go out in the world. Like as soon as they leave school, they'll go to the mall or they'll go to the park or they'll go to 7-Eleven. Well, guess what? These pedophiles are everywhere and they can look just like me. And I can say, "Ooh, I like that kid. Oh, he goes to this school? Oh, nice. I know where to find him."
Exactly. And they don't even teach. Another thing is they don't teach going in pairs. I was always taught buddy system. You need more than one person. Do not go by yourself. They also parents don't teach that anymore. oh, I'm going to send you outside by yourself down the shore of the liquor street at 12 o'clock in the morning and hope you come back. You better come back.
Damn.
Yeah, hey, I mean, it is true. These parents that they don't care like talking about, they really don't give a damn. And not just the surface web you got to worry about, you got to worry about the deep web. That's where
Oh
really
my
all the predators
gosh.
hang.
Yes.
It's so bad in there. For those who don't know about the shadow web, I'm gonna just tell you to just do your research on it. Please do your research on it, because
Oh, I've done it.
the stories I've read, just reading the stories and hearing them is it still messes with my mind today. So imagine if you had to like go through that, which I hope no one ever has to go through. Like one of the stories, it was this guy, I forgot his name, but he was in New Zealand, and what it was, he got out of jail and had this he funded some money or whatnot that was in Ethiopia. He had, and went to Ethiopia and started using these girls. These pretty much they were like between the ages of I want to say 9 to 15. And basically human trafficking is a huge thing overseas. I mean, it's a huge thing around the world, but it's really, really, really detrimental overseas. So his own pleasure was to have sex with these girls and kind of like mess with their minds a little bit. It was like somewhat mental torture, where he told one of them that he gave one of them a shovel and told him, dig your own grave because the night you go die. Rape the girls, have him as his sex slave, and like he killed 3 of them, and 2 of them escaped. So yeah, it was really bad. So one of the sites in they shut some of these sites down, but they can't get to all of them, and that's what's so scary about it. I don't have kids, but I do think about the time when I will have children in the future. That's a scary feeling, to know that you can't be with your kids 24/7. You can't. I know every parent in here would love to be with their kids 24/7 just to keep them guarded, but you can't. That's the scary part.
Well, even I mean, kids and parents. I mean, I've heard a story and happened to see one. Not really not cool, where someone's being tortured alive. I mean,
Yeah.
limbs, like it's like snuff.
Red
For people
Room.
who just like no, I think it was called the Monkey Room.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, oh my gosh, because I have friends who, their parents were kind of just liberal, they got them whatever they want, so they had crap tons of electronics, so they were just doing whatever they wanted to on the internet. So we're hanging out, chilling in the room, me, her older brother, and she's just typing away, don't know what we're doing, don't know where we're going. I said, do you know what you're doing? No, but it's okay, they can't find us. So I'm like, okay, whatever, cool. Typing away, and we end up in a room. I'm like, oh no, this is so weird. The story was weird, the ending was weird. I saw some things I probably shouldn't have seen as a kid, and it sticks with me forever. So I do understand about that. You can't be with your child 24/7. But this was a grown person who was being tortured.
No, that is Red Room. That's Red Room, because the thing is, to get in that room, you have to either pay a price or you're invited to it. I don't know how she got in that room.
She went through a back door.
Oh. Yeah, some people need therapy to this day, and that is the internet. Okay, we know about the surface web, which we deal with Facebook, Instagram, and all these other sites that are like somewhat friendly. Not really, but we'll just call it like that. Yeah, somewhat. I'm being nice. I'm being nice. We know about these sites, and that's fine. But still, you have to monitor as a parent. I know every parent has to monitor their children and what they're doing and all this and that. They still have predators on there, pedophiles and all type rapists. I mean, and another thing is, a lot of parents need to watch what your kids post. Like, you shouldn't be 14 having an Instagram. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You should not have Snapchat either. Anything that deals with pictures, you shouldn't have until you get older, because you don't realize, it's like, I've seen somebody do this, and I could take a picture right now. I'm in my room. I could take a picture right now, selfie, even though I don't do that crap, and take a picture, and you could blow up the screen, and my information could be over there, and my address and everything. And next, you know, I'm at your house, and who knows what might happen? People see, as a teenager, as a child, you're not conscious of this. You're just thinking you're just having fun. You're doing what every teenager does. These teenagers aren't conscious of that, but as a parent, you should be conscious of that. So you have to maintain. It may seem strict to them, but you have to break it down and be like, look, this is what could happen to you if you don't wait. Just don't forget what your friends go do. It's like, I'm your parent. I'm gonna have to worry about you not showing up at this time of the night, and I'm have to go looking for you or whatnot. Just like that's a heavy thing to deal with. So, you know, I think that should be monitored, most definitely, when it comes to any social media platform whatsoever. It should definitely be monitored.
But I think because there are so many that parents don't even really want to keep up anymore because there are so many. And so they're just like, because when I was on the internet, literally there was like the AOL chat forms and there was MySpace.
MSN, MySpace,
like but
we also had Tag and other things too,
Tagged, I remember Tagged. I was on Tagged, but Tagged turned into more of like a dating site. So I really wasn't allowed on it.
And then it got bombarded.
Let's just think about this. Even make it real simple for kids and phones, especially. Why do these kids even have smartphones?
I don't know.
I'm still confused about that. To be honest with you, and this is gonna make me sound old, but I didn't have a phone until I was like 21. So I'm kind of like looking at all these kids running around with the iPhone 7 and the Galaxy 7 and Notes and all this, and I'm like, what?
Right, they got a more expensive phone than you.
No. Look, okay, look, I got a phone when I was 12, and that's because I lived a distance away from my parents. But by this time, we had razors. If anybody remembers razors, and so that was the new thing on the block. But I didn't have a razor. I had this little Nokia phone with no flip, no nothing. It had the pad, the key, and it had like a blue screen. It looked like a Tetris phone, like you could play Tetris on the thing. So I had nothing. I had no camera, nothing.
Yeah,
but
that one that actually can cause an atom bomb.
yeah. So that's what I'm just like, and that's all I had. And so I'm looking around with all these kids. They have phones. They're just taking pictures up here. I'm just like, that's not. And then now I see, I'm like, well, I only had this phone. Now I see these kids, like you say, with iPhone 7. So what the hell do they need a phone that's bigger than a hand for?
Right.
Well, this is one problem I want to bring up. You know, we sit up here and you say you go to these computers and you lock certain sites. The problem is with that now is the good tech savvy ones. They're like other sites you can go through and use like a proxy server,
those.
And you can go to the site anyway.
You can block proxies.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I've blocked proxies on my brother's computer, my little sister's phone. So you can block proxies. Wow. There's always a new one coming up. I can always find it and block it. That's the thing with me. I keep up with the times and the internet. And that's the thing that I have on my children, because I will always keep up with the times and the internet and what's going on.
Oh, so that way I can do a better job.
Yeah, when I do have kids.
Right. I know. It's going to be to the point where, like, look, I'm going to treat this like I'm the president. You ask somebody with you 24/7. But then again, it also comes with, like, I don't know who said it earlier, but or probably it just popped up in my head about worrying about, you know, children being molested regardless whether it be a family member or not. That's also a problem too. So I mean, you still have to watch out no matter what you do. It's like you can be preventive rather than reactive. And you know, the best way to do that, I mean, other than just maintain not a strict leash on your child, but close enough to the point where it's like, okay, I'm watching everything you do. I know every move you're gonna make, every step you make. I know it. That's a song too. Not to throw it off, but yeah, you gotta maintain and make sure they, you know, are safe at all times. I'm glad now in technology you have it where you can actually, like, and I think it was Les or KP that said that you know, you can check what they're doing through the phone, whatnot. They have an app for that.
Yep.
So yeah, that's a great thing to have.
But it even goes further than that. I mean, okay, the molestation from within home.
Right.
My mom, from a young age, because she was, unfortunately, that happened to her as well. And even though she taught me what a good and bad touch was. So even though it happened, I could go to her and tell her that this is what happened, because I knew what was and was not supposed to be happening at that time, because she had taught me just a little bit. But people don't teach even their kids that. Even stranger danger, don't talk to people you don't know. You see kids out here talking to people they don't know, just walking right up to people, running away from their parents and running out of the door.
You're right. We don't even have that anymore. As far as we don't even have like Dare. We used to have Dare.
Yeah, or there used to be seminars where they would come to school and they would teach you stranger danger and things like that. They don't do that anymore.
And you mentioned the buddy system. We don't have that anymore either.
Not
a big one when I was a kid was Eyes and Ears. Basically, that program involved all your cable companies who's in the area, your power company, any of those big companies with service providers, that if something was happening, say somebody was trying to kidnap you, you see one of them, you would run up to them, let them know, and they would instantly get in touch with the police. You don't have that anymore. Nope. They were sort of your eyes and ears of the community. Those companies don't even have those programs anymore.
But everybody's selfish nowadays too. It's all about me, and I mean, back then it's like, okay, when I grew up in my grandmother's neighborhood, which is technically my neighborhood, in her like subdivision, everybody knew everybody on the street. They knew me. They knew my brother, my middle brother. They knew my mom. They knew my dad. They knew everybody. So it's to the point where you had the entire neighborhood watching you. So if you did something wrong, you knew the outcome of that. So you knew the outcome of that. And it's like, I don't know if that's a Southern thing, but do it down here. I don't know if everybody else did it, but we damn sure did it here. So there was no such thing as like predators coming in that subdivision or anybody doing anything to the kids in a neighborhood in that subdivision whatsoever. It was like, nah, if that was gonna happen, everybody was gonna go to jail. Because it's like everybody would, it would be a problem. Nowadays, nah, you don't, apartment or a house or neighborhood or whatnot, not know the neighbor next to you. You don't know. It's like, I don't know them people. I'm trying to mind my business. And I think that's mostly technically in the Black community, most definitely, because nobody's trying to know you. They don't want you in your business because you can't trust people these days. It's real.
Everyone is sketchy.
Same problems then, but it just wasn't this out. Now it's like, you got people doing some sick shit and they just out and about it and don't nobody care. It's really weird how we have become so numb to these kind of things in our community.
Right.
Well, they're also trying to make pedophilia, real pedophilia, just a misdemeanor. So I mean, people really don't care, and they're really rooting for this.
Wait a minute, hold up. Backtrack this one bit because my head hurts.
Yep.
Are you seriously?
No, I'm serious.
Yeah, that's true. Like some people are really into that, and they're trying to make that a disorder to where they make it where technically these people can come out and say like, oh, it's like a disease. So technically, if they get caught,
I can't help myself.
Kids, they don't go to jail like they do.
Well, it used to be a disorder according to DSM. All philias were disorders.
Yeah, but they're trying to make it. Yeah.
I do remember
they're trying to get
watching
it to where, like, basically, they get treatment instead of going to jail and being able to sex offender. What the hell are you going messing with kids in the first place? I mean, anything, you don't even do anything.
I really got
approaching inappropriate with the kid. You'll always be careful. I don't understand what's with people. Ugh.
It's strange nowadays because, as a father, any children come to my house, you always try to show them some kind of love. because a lot of times these kids don't have it at home.
Right.
But you have to be cautious how you present yourself. Like you can't even give a lot of these kids a hug because you're afraid what's going to happen. Yeah, Ricky, you fall downstairs.
You got the pans banging.
I need.
No, you
Sorry.
got it unmuted. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, you have to be very cautious, of what's going to happen to you and your reputation.
Yeah.
Because you can give a child a hug, that child can go back to their parents and say, "Oh, they touched me a certain way."
Right. Yeah, that's horrible.
That's something like, "Hey, no kids come to my damn house no more." No.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was talking about before, KP. That's why I've got the cameras in my house. It's sad that we've come to that point, but I mean, this is where our society's at, and it's a fucking shame.
Right.
I mean, plain and simple. I'm like, okay, well, fine. Since if they were to say, well, since you have to, if you want to use that as, I mean, anything to get people off. And I hate to say the only people that are going to get off for doing anything like pedophilia or something like that are rich people.
It.
What's so bad is that the kids get hurt because most of the time they pay them some money and then the charges are dropped or whatever. They pay a big fine.
Yep.
It's like, for real, come on now.
And they're just pushed aside.
Right.
Like we said about rich people before, they have the money so they can pay those rich lawyers for those rich connections.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's surprising to know that, wait a minute, like you see some people, like they were doing a study where that one dude got that big old fine for like driving under suspension, and another person raped a kid, and the person driving under suspension got more time than the person that raped the kid.
Yeah, depends who got the most money.
It's like, what, for real? I can see if he drove under the suspension and killed somebody, but
I mean, I think if you're reckless with your own life, that's your business. But once you bring life into this world, you need to have some fucking sense.
Right.
Exactly.
Because that child didn't ask to be here.
Yep.
Exactly.
You need to show some kind of responsibility to say, hey, look, I'm not going to put my kid at every single damn daycare because I want to go out and go party. Or I'm going to go drop my kid off at Uncle Junebug's house, but you only seen this dude 3 times in your whole damn life.
Yep.
Because that's the thing. There's a lot of people are molested by family members.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, or people, mom and dad's boyfriend, girlfriend, who's sleeping in the house.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there was a comment someone made that their kids never spent the night with anyone. And I mean that's a good call as a parent. We let our kids spend the night over at a friend's house only if we know them. Like one of their good friends, we were neighbors for a few years. That's pretty much the only place where they're allowed to spend the night because we really know their parents, we know their house. And not saying that you really know someone. You never know anyone because everyone's always got skeletons in their own closet. And you're able to see those. But one of the important things is we have talks with our kids about, the appropriate touching, the inappropriate touching, which Freaky, I think you touched on before. And they need to know that, and they need to know that they can come to you and tell you these things if they do happen. And when your kids come back from spending the night at their friend's house, sit on and ask them,
what happened?
Just ask them directly. Hey, were you safe there? Did anybody touch you in the wrong way or whatever the case is? That way, you're being proactive.
And also, Leslie, you really need to know your child.
Yes.
What I mean by behaviors of your child. If your child started acting funny, there might be something going on.
That's true.
Right.
Maybe they don't want to come out and tell you at that moment because they're embarrassed or they're scared. But if they start shying away or start acting out in a strange way, you might want to look into that and say, hey, okay, well, you know what? This child started acting this way when they stayed a night over such and such house.
Right.
You better start thinking. And I don't mind it in my head to accuse anybody to myself. I'm not going to accuse them outright until I got proof of something.
Mhm.
But you
Yeah.
better take care of your children.
Yeah.
I don't believe in letting kids go anywhere and staying a night until they are mature enough in their head to come and talk to you and say, hey, you know, dad or mom, that person is creepy to me.
Mhm.
You know, when they're young, like 4 years old, hell no, you're not going to stay in the house with nobody.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Hey, KP.
Yes.
I read a comment from Sobit. Sobit has a registered child predator in the neighborhood, and one other good thing would be that I actually have never done, but I will do it right away, is check and see if there's any predators registered in my neighborhood and or any other area around me, you know.
There's free information. They'll come up with, you'll be amazed.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah. I've done it.
In a small neighborhood, you might have 100 damn people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Every neighborhood we've lived in, I've done it since I found out about it. And yeah, be prepared. Make sure you're sitting down when you look up your area, because
Yep.
it's going to be scary.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
the problem with that is that a lot of those people who are registered as sex offenders and so on and so forth, some of those people are people who had an interaction with a younger person and didn't know, or
It's
so on.
it's it's skewed. It is. I'm sorry, but it's
It's
flawed. It is a flawed system.
Yeah, well,
so that's what
you
I'm,
can
you
look
know.
at the degrees. Usually, CSC charges, which are criminal sexual conduct charges, are rated first, second, third, and fourth degree. Fourth degree is usually something very minor. Like I've heard stories of, you know, a parent at a soccer game or something. If there's no restrooms or whatever, they go run off in the woods real quick and take a piss. Someone
Right.
could call a cop even though no one saw them, no one saw any genitalia, nothing. If someone calls the cop and reports it, you know, that's considered a criminal
Mhm.
sexual conduct charge or a crime. And they can be charged with fourth degree CSC. So, you know, yeah, you do have stupid stuff like that. But anything first or second degree is typically some type of sexual assault.
Yeah.
Once again, that also depends on how
Mhm.
good your lawyer is,
Exactly.
because you can be that 18-year-old who slept with a 17-year-old. Now you got a
Mhm.
CSC one.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
true. Yeah, that's true.
Now I know in some states they were mandating that you have to have um, a poster in your front window that says a sexual predator lives here.
Yes. And that's embarrassing to people who are not sexual predators. Who I slept with this person, they lied, you know, or was it, you know, it wasn't like, oh, I was maliciously trying to attack this person, and now I'm stuck with something that ruined my life.
Yeah. And it doesn't even have to be a lie. There was a story of this high school
Yeah, I
football
suppose
player.
so. I ain't
He
with
was
that one right there. I
Hmm?
don't know if I can help you find it now. I just started working here.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
yeah. There was a there was a high school football player. He was 18, and I believe his girlfriend was 16 or 17. In a lot of these states, the age of consent is 16. But they had been dating all through middle school, high school, everything. So once he turned 18, it was technically illegal for him to be sleeping with her, even though they had been together for, you know, 4 or 5 years. But what ended up happening is the parents ended up finding out about their relationship, and they pressed charges, and he ended up going to jail and getting a CSC charge, a statutory rape charge.
Yep.
Matter of fact, there is a girl, I want to say in the Metro Detroit area. She was having a lesbian affair with another girl. And they've been lovers since they were in junior high. She turned 18 as a senior. That girl she was 2 years behind her, but she haven't turned 16 yet. They say that she was age of consent. The parents got mad because the daughter was gay. and press charges on the other one.
The hell?
And she's locked up right now.
Wow.
Crazy.
And see, that's the thing. You never know. So when you do those searches, it's like you don't want. I'm not going to treat everybody like they're just innocent, but it sucks for the people that are really.
Yeah, it's bad when you're in the same peer group. You're in the same high school together,
Mm-hmm.
and you get this.
Yep.
You're in the 10th grade, and this person you're dating is a senior. You're screwed.
Exactly. Mm-mm.
And now, hey, just say as a man, you're the senior, and now you got this CSC charge on you. You can never have kids
Right.
because you can't be around children. You can't go to a kid's school
Yeah, that's true.
because you're going right back to prison.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the laws are good to protect children, but we have to be our first line of defense at home.
Right.
Yeah.
And doing these little things that Leslie has talked to us about tonight with monitoring their activity on these phones and computers is a great start. It's a great thing to sit down with your children, just have a conversation.
Can I add to that also? It's also, as Leslie said, he didn't let his children go anywhere where the parents aren't known. A lot of these times, people don't meet parents anymore. They feel that, oh, just go. You don't know who you're sending your child with. I was not allowed to go anywhere unless I met both parents, one parent, whatever it was. And mainly, it was mainly the moms that were, single moms. So the things like that, my parents had to meet them. And my mom's intuition is always right on. And if she felt like that was wrong, no, you're not going. It's not safe.
Yep.
And from 9 times out of 10, my mom was always right. I mean, literally, she was always right. So I just never questioned it because my mom she had proved earlier that she was right about things like that. So, when you also, like I said, build a rapport with your children that we can talk and we can have a conversation without me just trying to yell down your throat, it does help. I'm not saying be a child's best friend, but show that there's an open line of dialogue, that they don't have to be, afraid to come and talk to you about something.
Great advice. Great advice.
Yeah, that's one of the rules in our house is that if your child comes over, before your child can come over, we've got to meet the parents. Before our kids go over to their house, we've got to meet the parents and go inside the house.
Mm-hmm.
What the living conditions are like.
Yep.
Interact with the parents. See where their heads at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our kids know for sure they're not allowed to go inside anybody's house. Let's say they're out playing, riding their bikes or skateboards, whatever, and they meet a new friend. Our kids know damn well they have no business going down the street to go to their house and go inside their house. And the first thing they do is they come over. Hey, Dad, Mom, we met a new friend. All right, we'll bring your friend over. And then we talk to the kid. Okay, here's our number. Give it to your parents. Tell them to get in touch with us. And then we go from there.
Exactly. No one does that anymore. You just go. They just let them go. They don't.
Yeah, because they want free babysitters. That's why.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck as long as the kid's not there.
Yeah, and then when your child ends up in the freezer, then what?
Exactly.
It reminds me of, I don't know if you guys seen the movie Running Scared.
I don't think so.
No.
Check that one out. It's a scene in that movie that these people look like the perfect couple. But behind their doors, they were doing all kind of shit.
It's just
that reminds me of NCIS or something like that, where that dad and they had a really nice marriage, the mom and the dad, and he ended up kidnapping his own daughter.
It's just like the beginning scene of Butterfly Effect with Ashton Kutcher, where
matter of fact, Paul Walker was in that movie. Good movie too.
Paul Walker was in. I'm gonna check it out. Yeah,
you just never know what the hell, because you can control your house, but you don't know what other people are doing in their homes.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah. We moved. When we moved back to Michigan, we moved into a neighborhood a few years ago, and there were a lot of kids that lived in the area. And so the first day we got there was like 8 or 9 kids. They see us moving in with the moving truck and all that, and they see our kids, and So automatically they start playing. Within, I say 3 to 4 weeks, our kids said, "Hey, can a couple of our new friends spend the night over?" And I don't have a problem with that. And I told the kids, I said, "Hey, go home, talk to your parents. Here's our number. Have them give us a call." These kids came back 20 minutes later with pajamas, toothbrushes.
Damn.
Yeah,
What?
that quick.
They were
What
moving
the
in.
hell?
I said, whoa, 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 whoa. I said, wait a minute. I said, no, I told you to take our number and have your parents call us so we could go down there and meet your parents before you spend the night over here. So my wife and I, we walked back down to their house with the kids, and the older sister answered the door. And I said, hey, we're Mr. and Mrs. such and such. We're the father and mother of such and such. Are your parents home? Yeah. Your brothers wanted to spend the night. We just wanted to come meet them face to face first, just to make sure everything was okay. So the sister goes back in the house. She comes back. Yeah, my parents said it's fine. They're cool with it. I said, no, you need to go tell your parents to come to the door so we can meet them. The mother comes up to the door with a long shirt with no pants on.
Wow.
The hell?
Didn't even care who we were. Didn't seem excited. Didn't seem, hey, come on in or whatever the case is. It was just like, yeah, I said it was cool. I'm just like, are you shitting me?
You really just don't give a damn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, here's the thing. We ended up finding out this chick had, I think, 8 or 9 kids by like 4 different men.
Yep.
So, and that was actually her mother's house. They were living there with her mother.
Of course.
And that painted the whole picture. Yep. That's what it was about. So what ended up happening is that we started noticing 10 o'clock in the morning, we'd get a knock on our door. And it was the kids. It was the boys coming over to hang out with our boys. So at first we let them in, but we noticed that, hey, from 10 a.m., you're staying at our house till 8 or 9 p.m. No phone call, no checking in. You haven't gone home, no lunch, no snack, no nothing. And at that
These kids
point,
must be used to not eating.
oh yeah, yeah. Well, of course, the kids come over, we feed them everything. They're open. We feed them, we give them snacks, all that stuff. Our thing is, you come into our house,
We're gonna make sure you're fed.
Right.
But it came around 8:30, 8:45, and I said, hey, call your parents and see what time you need to be home. So I gave him my cell phone number. He called, and I could hear the mom, and she was like, what? He was like, well, we're just trying to figure out what time you need to be home. I don't care. Just come home when you come home. And she seemed like she was bothered with the fact that he called to see when their curfew was.
Because they probably didn't have one at all. She just doesn't, like you said, care.
Yeah, exactly. So at that point, me and my wife had the discussion, and we were like, yeah, there's going to be an end to this. But you having your kid come over at 10 a.m. and not leave till almost 9 o'clock with no interaction with the parents at all. It's ridiculous. It's crazy.
Permanent babysitter, like Bella said. That's a babysitter. There you are. You're feeding them. You're taking care of them. You're making sure that they, are decent for a little while. So why do I have to do it?
It was a cardinal rule when I was growing up. You can have friends in the neighborhood, but you better not go inside their house.
Yeah. Same here, KP. Yep, same here.
And even if my parents were friends with those parents, you still better come home and check in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a damn how much fun you having. You go home and check in.
Yep.
And then the other rule when we became teenagers, you don't get in the car with every damn body.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is true.
I remember my father told my brother, I don't give a damn it's raining razor blades outside. You don't get in no fucking car with nobody.
Well, damn. How you go? Never mind.
You better run under that tent thing over there by the bus stop.
It's razor rain though. But all right, that's one of them. Never
No,
mind.
I'm just kidding. Sorry. But no,
20
yeah.
points for you.
No, I
Because you
agree
get
though.
yourself into a lot of trouble by getting into the car when a lot of times you don't really know your friend like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you getting caught up on a dope charge because this idiot got something on him, or you getting shot because this fool got beef with somebody.
Yep.
Don't get your ass in no car.
Yeah.
Nope. I used to walk everywhere anyway, so keep myself an umbrella, and I used to just walk everywhere. It was good. But I always had someone with me, and I always took my brother with me. My brother was always, we were always a pair. And then when I wasn't with him, I was with another friend. And I always had a guy around, a bigger guy. And now that my brother is bigger, I always have him around.
Right.
I probably shouldn't use him that way, but, you need some protection, you need some
It
muscle around.
makes sense. It makes sense.
But
Okay.
apparently it doesn't anymore because, like you said, like Leslie, the kids just got to go and just do. Because the parents don't care and they really don't want to know what their kid is doing as long as they're not in the house and bothering them.
That's very true. And it's sad, man. It's like, damn, that you don't even interact with your child. A neighbor interacts with your child more than you do.
Yep.
Right.
I remember this girl, she would come over to my house like all the time and always ask if I was home. And then she would come and stay for like a couple of hours. And where are your parents? I don't know. Huh? What do you mean you don't know? Well, I don't know where they are. They left. And then my mom would just be sitting there. Well, do you have their number?
Makes no sense.
Oh, my food's done. My
Wait,
food's
can you?
done.
Oh.
Sorry,
Random.
my alarm went off. My alarm went off and it muted everything. But she would this little girl would come over and she didn't have any of her parents' information. They would just leave and then drop her off in front of our house.
Right.
And my mom would, she would go around saying, do you know, this little girl's mom? Do you know? And these people would be like, well, no, they never give us any information. She just comes over and drops the kid off. So we were
The hell?
we were not the first person she'd done that. Their parents had done that to. And they'd go out and be gone for a couple of days. Well, we found out because the little girl went outside. She went outside. She went to go back home. And then she came back and said, my parents still aren't home. So she stayed with us for a weekend.
It's terrible.
A weekend?
A weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, the parents were back, but they weren't back till the afternoon.
Damn, you just really didn't give a shit about your kids.
Right.
No, they really didn't.
Well, hey, freaky.
Hmm?
Guess what? There's one of my son's friends. He is every weekend. For Friday, Saturday, for Friday night. Friday he's at one friend's house. He stays the night. Then Saturday he's at the next friend's house. Sunday he goes to somebody else's house for half of the day.
Wow.
This is every weekend. Every weekend. I may not interact with my children like for hours upon hours on the weekend. However, we are in the same home. They're doing stuff. They will come and see me. I will come and see them. We will chat for 5 seconds here and there or a couple minutes here and there. I would not be able to dump my kid off. As much as he may want to be with his friends, I'm not going to get rid of him for every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And then put him out there and have that risk of him being, abused. And you cannot trust anybody. I don't care who it is. Stop letting your children rotate from house to house. They
don't have to do it like you
Some
said.
of these parents just don't care. Yeah, they don't care.
Frustrates the hell out of me. Mm-hmm. Oh
I'm right there with
gosh.
you. I couldn't do that to my son. I'd rather have them here at home doing their own thing, and I know they're at home, you know?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm worried at night, like, what if the mom's a predator? What if the dad's a predator? No, I don't want to deal with that. Because just like they could put up a front at church with me, they could put up a front, you know, the way they are. I don't know how they are. I don't know what kind of freaks they are. So no, that shit scares me. Just
Yeah.
like KP said, you were never allowed anybody's house. No way. If my father saw me even by the door, he would automatically assume that I was in that house and I would get my ass beat. And I was never allowed to sleep over at anybody's house. I was not even allowed to play outside with the neighborhood kids. I'd be looking out the window watching them play. That's how freaking protected I was.
Right.
It was ridiculous.
But it also, not to say that in that overprotective way, it kept you away from a lot of things.
Yeah, it sure did. Yeah. So it pays off, but as a kid, you don't understand. And it's like, I want to go play. You know, you grow up and you realize, okay, mom, dad, yeah, thanks for protecting me.
Yep. Because where I lived when I was and when I started middle school, there were always about 2 blocks over, like literally 2 streets over, there was always shooting. And then at the what was it called, the park and rec, about maybe 4 blocks down, 3 more streets over and down, there was always shooting there every night. I remember me and my brother one night were sitting over in the park and just having a fun, and literally all of a sudden this woman came across the street with this guy, and we were kind of freaked out, like, why are they coming up to us? Because, you know, they were in gang attire. They had the whole the jackets on and the bandanas and all this, and we were just like, what do we do? Are we going to get in trouble? And they said, well, if you don't want to get hurt and you don't want a bullet in the chest, leave now. And so we
You're
were never
so lucky
allowed.
you got forewarned.
Yeah. He said, they shoot over here every night this time. And I was like, me and my brother said, well, thank you, gotta go. We took off running, didn't look back. I've never run that far in my life. I never will again.
I know, right?
Bullets, not for me. I am not bulletproof.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's
anybody
shit. I'd
is,
been gone.
unless you Luke Cage running
I
around
would
here,
have
Luke
became
Cage.
Speedy Gonzalez, man. See ya.
No, that's the thing. My parents also like taught us, when someone gives you a warning, take it.
Take it.
Right.
Don't take it with
I'm
a grain
about
of
to,
salt. Take
I'm
it.
about to
Might not get
spray
another.
this entire place. Okay, bye.
Peace.
Tell me
Yeah,
nothing
Oh,
but
they also
one.
taught us not to bully people because you never know. But
I ain't taking no chances.
heck no.
Ain't
Not
trying to
them
take no damn
mine.
chances. Like somebody say something crazy to me, I'm like, look, I'm out this joint.
But
You're gonna tell me twice.
Right.
no way. I mean,
yeah,
I
because you
got
might not get the second time.
right.
exactly.
I got this new disease. What disease you got? I'm out this. I'm out what? I'm out this bitch. I'm out this. I'm serious.
Silly.
I'm
Even
it's gone.
but I mean, even rounding that back to social media, people, like I said, they don't have a rapport with their children. So it doesn't build a rapport with social media. When you don't talk to your children and let them know the dangers of things and what could happen to them. Okay, prime example. My mother made me, and I mean forced me, to watch Lifetime videos, but for a good reason. Because
What?
like she made me watch Lifetime videos. So like there's videos where little girls would go, or like these 15-year-old girls would defy their mothers, go out and get pictures with these photography men, and almost get murdered and molested and killed and all these things, or people getting kidnapped and sold in sex trades and things like that. So my mother showed me these things while they were depicted on Lifetime, but showed that these things could happen. And there are dangers in the world, so I do need to be careful. So even that, even before I got on social media, that set a precedence in me that I needed to be careful to protect myself.
That makes sense.
So it goes before they get on social media. You need to implant in their mind that you can't just trust everyone.
Right.
But people don't do that anymore. They're just willy-nilly.
I never understood the willy-nilly part of them anyway. It's like, why would you just?
Also with social media, we got to teach our kids
All right.
stop walking
Mm.
around here trying to record damn fights.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, that's
I'm
something I
telling
really wanted to
you,
say something about that too, because
you never know.
I agree.
We all have been in. Well, I don't know about we all, but I've been in areas that people have been fighting, and next thing you know, somebody got to shooting, and the
oh
wrong
yeah,
person got hit.
Yep.
I've
Yo,
seen that happen too.
see somebody fighting, you get the hell out of there.
Peace.
Don't stand around and try to record nothing.
And stop hanging around with people who want to egg on fights or see them. I mean, that's another thing. I went to a party with this girl, and there was a fight in front of the party. My mum said, "Okay, well, we're gonna go," and the girl said, "Oh, no, 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 wait, let's see if they're gonna fight more."
Mm-mm.
Did you out your mind?
That's what I said. I don't want to go.
That beef ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
Thank you, but you're gonna try to make it because you want to be. But that just showed how different I was raised as opposed to other people. I was raised with order and balance and strictness, and they weren't really. Their parents wanted to start disciplining them once they turned 15, 16, 17.
Too late.
Want to
Too
start
late for
punching them
that.
and hitting them and telling them, "Oh, you're not going to be in my house doing that. You're not going to be in my house doing that." But they're 15 and 16, and now you want to start punching them in the face like they're just some people off the street because you
Yep.
didn't just discipline them when you should have, or let them know what was right and wrong when you should have, or what you expected of them. Or excuse me, better yet, right and wrong, your expectations of your children. There are no expectations of children.
Hmm.
You just do whatever you want. I was expected to have straight A's, maybe B's, and because of my dyslexia, I could get away with math in C's. But because I like to read in my head, my mum wouldn't let me get away with anything in literature and language arts. But math was a little bit struggle for me. But I pulled it up to a B, so I wasn't allowed to anything less than my best. What they knew that I could accomplish. Like you said, KP, you have to know your children as well, and a lot of people don't know their children.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
So even on social media, if you before it stops at social media, if you don't cut that off before the pass, then anything goes on social media because there's just so much. So it's going to be really hard to rein it in if you don't start from day one.
Also, the fact that if they don't have a father in the home either, that makes it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't know because I didn't have a dad in the home. Well, I mean, but no, I can't say that I wouldn't know, but because I do see some people they acted a little bit more out, but some children didn't. So I don't know, but whatever.
Yeah, you have to have that two-parent balance because
I believe that's very true.
your dad's usually root a lot of logic, and the woman can balance the emotion.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You need it. Boys need that softer side, and also they have to have that logic. You need the softer side so you can see other people's point of view and say, you know what, maybe I am being a dick.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at it this way from your side. And girls need their dads for the same way. To say, hey, you know what? How you feeling right now, you're gonna get over it.
Mm-hmm.
So you need that balance. It's important. That's why I encourage anyone, not to go out here and just start being reckless with your with sex, I should say. Know your partner, know him for a while before you start having children. I'm not saying 30 days and say, hey, I want to get knocked up.
Thank you.
There's nothing wrong with being with a person for years.
Right.
I would tell you to live with someone first, because then you can see who they really are.
Prime example, I've been with my partner for now 4 years. We just moved in together the second year we were together. So even still now, we're still learning each other. We still have loads to learn about each other. So throwing a child into the mix would only make things hard. But some people throw a child into the mix thinking it would make things better between their relationship when it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because you guys
Sometimes
don't
it
even know
destroys
each
a
other.
relationship. Right.
Mm-hmm. Because you guys have failed to even see eye to eye, get together. So you guys are still fighting over toothpaste. Who left the cap off the toothpaste? Okay? And you want to have a kid too?
That's horrible.
I mean, also, hell, if you want to go that way, discuss parenting before you start having kids.
Thank you.
Because you might not agree with my parenting style.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
If we don't talk about these things, it's going to be a big issue, especially when it comes down to disciplining.
Very true.
Yeah, exactly.
You might want to smack the shit out the kid. I'm like, well, I don't believe in that.
Let's hold off on that.
Issue.
Mm-hmm. No, I'll just take the door hinges off the door. You get no privacy. That's what my mum did.
I don't believe in privacy.
Oh, wow. Goodness.
Oh, yeah, she took the door hinges off the door when I got in trouble, like really bad in trouble. But I've only been in major trouble like 5 times, literally, in my whole life. So she took the door hinges off the door. And I said, Mom, I'm not going to do that again.
No, I grew up in a 2-bedroom shack. So until we actually had a house with all of us having separate rooms, it was kind of weird to even have your own privacy. So not saying I would put my kids through that situation because I wouldn't, but I'm still trying to get accustomed to that. And Slacks, you bugging out, man. Stop telling.
Slacks made a good point. If your lady don't have no kids, keep them the fuck away from women with kids.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. I don't have any friends with kids. No.
Especially a bunch of single women with kids, they're gonna give that woman some jackass advice.
Preach.
Word.
And especially when you already got a rocky relationship, she's gonna tell you about to have a baby. He got a good job.
What is that guy? Oh Lord, people really think like that. It really makes my head hurt even more.
Yep.
Now you have to sit here and try to parent from 2 different households.
Nope. Well, in that case,
I'm not doing it. I want my freedom. Having kids is losing freedom, in my opinion, because I'm young and I don't want to have kids right now because then I have another life to look forward to and I can't be selfish. No.
Since we don't believe in PC, how old are you, Freaky?
I'm 21.
Okay, yeah, you're way young.
You said 21?
Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, you don't need to even think about
Yeah, you don't need to be in that realm. Good for you, because you don't need to be in the realm.
I don't want to be there.
I'll tell you this here. Freaky, and no offense. I say this to everybody. You stupid as fuck. Everybody's stupid as fuck till they get at least 25.
That's fine. I have a lot more to learn. I have a lot
I'm not gonna lie.
and I appreciate
30.
that.
I'd say 30, KP.
Okay, that is true, Les.
But
level
you have
30.
Some stupid people who
don't have the
who are
motherfuckers.
stupid and still act like children, and they steal from other people. So you got to be like you got to be 40 or something like that.
All the way up till I was about 25. I was dumber than the son of a bitch, and I was already married.
I didn't start really coming to my own until age about 28.
Tie your tubes up.
You know, I'm not dumb. I think I'm emotional. I think I use my emotion a little bit more than my logic. So I just think I'm over emotional in certain situations.
See, as you get older, you will start looking back. Like now you realizing it. Mm-hmm. It only gets better as you get older.
Yes, it does.
See, that's what I'm looking forward to. Everybody's like, I don't want to get old. Then young girls will have one up on me. Look, I want to get old. I don't care.
Really, Slacks.
Don't care.
That is true. Slacks, you do think older than you are. So I can't say that. Yeah, that's a great thing to have.
What's wrong with you people? Giving advice on when you have kids. Don't have no damn kids.
I'm going to adopt. There are so many children that need a home.
Don't even do that shit.
That's not. Hold on. Wait a minute, motherfucker. You can't just run around saying that. Just give it time. This ain't China.
Way overpopulated, man. No.
It is.
Hell.
That's why I'm not bringing any more in. I'm taking care of the ones that are here. That's all.
Oh, okay, I wasn't paying attention. Okay.
See?
Blush. This food.
Man. Tell you, man, it's annoying.
See, but my fiance, when we get
And if
married,
your
he's
damn
gonna
child
want
have
kids,
kids
though.
between that 17 to 21 range,
Oh,
don't babysit them
hell
motherfuckers
no.
at all. You lose
I'm
all your
not.
damn privilege.
Mm-hmm.
This is what
Do
I
it
always
yourself.
said. If any one of our children ever would have been a teen mom, don't expect us to babysit.
Hell no.
Makes sense.
There
You
you
laid
go.
down and made them. You ain't got no damn life no more.
Thank you.
Tell me about
That's what my
shit.
mom
You're
always
not
told
gonna
me.
complicate my fucking life because you made a
Mhm.
dumbass decision. Not happening.
Right.
I'm sorry. I will help you. Like say you got to go to school. I help you because I want you to finish school. But say you want to go hang out with your girlfriends, you better take your baby with you. Y'all better play
That baby come out without a dick. I'm pushing it back in there till it grow one.
Wait, what?
Bruh.
Bruh.
But you know, that's
This
true.
really, nigga.
My you have to set boundaries and rules too, because my parents tell me if you come home pregnant, I'm not stopping my life for you. Guess what? You want to go out? No. You say, hey mom, can you babysit? No. Are you gonna pay me? And it's only till a certain time.
You will be fucked in my home. Cause guess what? You still got a curfew.
Yeah, that's what my mom said.
There you
And
go.
you gotta
There you
come
go.
home. That's why she said only till a certain time, because you better be home in this house.
Ooh.
Nope.
So
Glad I don't live with my peoples no more.
You want to
See, I
go?
don't live with her.
Be in the oven.
You want to go to your girlfriend's house and take your baby, but you better be home by 10 o'clock.
Yep.
Or your ass gonna be sleeping outside with your baby.
Yep. Well, my mom would actually let the baby sleep inside, but she let me sleep outside. So, children first. So.
Nah, fuck that. Baby's out there with your ass too.
My mom's a little different. She says she's no
right
children
now.
left behind. So, when the baby started crying, she would have woken me up in the middle of the night and then said, "Here."
None of our children have kids. They intend. They don't want no motherfucking kids. They want the young girls. They too young. And the oldest one, she married. She don't want no kids.
What? Damn.
I want my freedom.
Now
I
I
can
tell you,
still
the
be
oldest
selfish.
one, when she was coming of age, okay, here go your curfew. Now 11 o'clock. You better be home. 11:01. Doors locked.
I ain't mad at that.
You sleep in the garage. I don't give a shit.
See, here's the problem. Y'all don't lie enough to these kids. You need to tell these girls if they have a baby, when they push them out, they hole gonna stay that damn open. That's what you need to tell them.
That's
Brother,
a
Look like
no, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Now, damn it. Let's rethink that whole situation.
And
Really?
then
What you
their
go-
vagina lips are gonna hang down and they're gonna flap in the wind. That's what she told
This is not Mortal Kombat. What the hell are you doing?
It's gonna look like lunch meat. That shit gonna look like lunch meat on
it's gonna
wheat
look like
bread.
salami.
Mortal Kombat.
It's gonna look like
This ain't.
salami, bro. Like, yeah.
Hey, Slacks, that's
This
not even gonna
motherfucker-
matter. All these thirsty dudes out here, they still gonna fuck.
Hey, girl. Hey, girl. You know how I do to them lips? Like, what the?
They will stick
nasty motherfuckers, man.
They will stick their head in this shit like a hat.
Blue waffle.
Like,
Blue waffle.
hey, nigga. Really, nigga?
What's the point of putting it in there? Ain't shit gonna grip you. Ain't shit gonna grip you. What's the point of putting it in there?
It's not a Venus flytrap, Slacks. It's not a Venus flytrap. Okay. Well, technically, metaphorically, it is a Venus flytrap. Technically,
You
metaphorically.
can put a cucumber in a Pringle can. That shit don't even grip it.
No, wait. You know what? I'm done with you, bro. I'm so done with you.
You know what? I think you might be on to something, man.
Damn it, KP.
You can do get you a turkey. Where you stuff the turkey, that's how you're gonna look the rest of your life.
There you go.
You know what? You know what? You know what? I don't. Yeah. That's a damn shame. I'm 31 without kids. Y'all motherfuckers actually making me just think about a whole bunch of shit right now. It's like,
That's not nice.
Father Abraham had many sons.
I'm telling you, tell your daughter, if you put a dick in your pussy, your period is gonna come twice as hard.
Slacks, I can't wait for you to be a parent, dude.
I can't wait either, because that shit gonna be hilarious. I'm gonna film every damn thing.
Get him right.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be an accident.
An accident?
Yep.
Most
have an accident.
What's an accident? Define accident.
Accidentally fall down them stairs.
There you go.
I'm not dealing with this dude tonight, man.
Or,
Shit, she laying on the bed. Hey, here, catch this dumbbell.
or
I'm not dealing with you today.
your car brakes accidentally went out.
Oh, goodness gracious.
The fans watching, man. Come on. Damn.
I'm just gonna take the baby like on the color purple.
Oh, sub, really though?
Oh my gosh.
Hey, submissive. You know we got that platinum card. Going down
My
to
face
the
is-
clinic.
I'm about to have a blank. I'm about to have a blank face for real. I do no.
I done got two
But
selfies.
for real, I can't deal with having no
Just spoil
daughter,
me way
man.
too
I
much.
can't do it, bro, at all.
Y'all play too much.
I can't deal with it, man. Not in 2016. When you part of this generation, you know how these niggas think. Worse than the OGs.
That's true.
These girls' self-esteem is lower than ever, and they surrounded by these hoes no matter how good you raise them.
That's why you.
But I didn't hang around with hoes. That's the thing. I stayed as far away from them bitches as I could get.
But freaky.
I ran.
85% of them are hoes.
90.
I only hung out with white women. I'm sorry.
Okay. Now go back to KP and Leslie fucking time. It was a much lower percentage.
It was more like
I'm telling you, I didn't really hang out with black people.
White women do it too.
KP and Leslie time.
You can't say that.
Old slack.
Not all.
yeah, wait, yeah, right. I mean, Lance, ain't you around my age or something like that? A little bit older than me, or something?
Yeah, I'm 2 years older than the three.
Okay, yeah.
And they
Wait a minute. Slacks, how old are you?
Well, you know, I'm at that age in my life where, you know, you growing
Nigga,
up
answer the
and you learn this stuff and you picking up, and it becomes a responsibility to pick up all knowledge that's given to you. So when topics come up, you listen and you don't speak because you don't know.
So you're like 23, maybe. 24.
So you know when you pick up a book, it may not hold your interest, but you know it holds knowledge.
He's about right there. Okay.
Hey, you know what?
And-
So bit, I gotta disagree with you, man.
What he said?
Comment. I hate when I hear people refer to their
That could
children
be a
as
fucking
accidents and
curse.
mistakes, and the child is a blessing. I'm sorry, these
I
little
disagree.
JoJos and Chief Keefs and all the motherfuckers ain't no blessing. They are not blessings.
He was gonna handle
This is
that
the problem.
shit, bro.
Let me explain this. This is a problem.
The way they were raised.
Most of us as human beings, we do have soft spots for children. But it's
Right.
gotten to the point where these motherfuckers that are pumping out these bastard kids are exploiting and abusing our soft spots for kids.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay, so this is where we need to stop being stupid and we need to start denying them and their children. Why should I give a fuck about your kid if you don't even give a fuck about your kid?
I can agree to that.
I think with the thing, I don't look at all children as blessings. Because think about this. If you ain't got shit, you bring this child in the world that makes your life even fucking harder, that is not a blessing.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a fucking curse.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
But you made the curse because
If
you
you ain't
decided to
got
lay
shit.
down and open up your legs.
That's why you go to the fucking abortion clinic.
That's why you put a
Yeah,
chastity
yeah.
belt in their ass when they 12.
You don't
How
even
about,
have to
Wait a
take it
minute.
as
how
far
about
as
just use a condom? How about just use a
Nigga.
condom?
no, not
Most
just
people
a
don't
condom.
even know what those are.
Birth
You
control.
know, condom. They have female condoms. They have birth control. They have all these things that no
Look
one
here,
uses.
Freaky.
Nah.
Plan B.
Freaky,
Hello.
let me stop you for a second. Ain't no man by the fucking chick that unrolls a female condom. You know how long that damn thing is?
Wait a minute, hold up. Female condom. I'm missing something in this whole
That
conversation.
shit look like
Explain
a
that, brother.
trash
3 feet
bag,
long.
bro.
Ain't nobody fucking no chick roll out a 3-foot condom.
That shit look like a trash bag. I tell you, man.
What the fuck? Hey, wait a minute, hold
That
up.
shit's so
See,
loose.
I'm sick of y'all
Who do
women
they
always
expect
putting
to be
these
sleeping
expectations
with?
on us, man. What the fuck I'm supposed to do with that shit?
It's like you sticking your dick in saran wrap.
Okay, strike female condoms, regular condoms, okay, the
Yes.
ribbed, unribbed, okay,
I agree
and then
with that.
birth control, okay. So they have forms, but first of all, women don't take birth control or they stop it so they can get pregnant on purpose. And then men say, well, it doesn't feel as good, so just let me do it without it. And then you don't care that the woman's not on birth control. Then you get pissed off when she gets pregnant. Then she's pissed off that she's like, thank you, they're both stupid. You're stupid for not taking it, and you're stupid for letting him do that shit. So you're double stupid as a woman.
So if you go fucking
triple stupid if she brings a child to term.
That's triple stupid. So
Yeah,
so
no,
once again, you
bro.
didn't
Who
take birth
recommended
control. You didn't
female
make him
condom?
use a condom. I heard about them. I have never actually seen them. So I said, but I'm just saying that there are other things out there. So use them. And there's Plan B. Damn it.
The fuck is
What's up, slap yourself.
What's Plan B?
Plan B is like an early termination pill, so you take it 72 hours after you may think that you may be pregnant.
I prefer Plan C. Push the bitch down the stairs.
Why am I going to jail for this?
He said D, all the above.
Yet, and it's
I'm
only
telling
been
you,
72
man.
hours, then you can make it take the Plan B and not push it down the stairs and not catch charges.
Freaky left hook to her stomach. That's all you need.
But if she's not, oh my gosh, if you just did it like 2 days ago, okay, there's no way she could be pregnant in 2 days.
I'm sorry, I think Ray Caruth had her shit right. Ray Caruth had it right.
Oh my gosh. You did it 2 days after. Plan B, and you make her pay for it. I mean, it's covered by insurance anywho.
I don't know if you guys are dog owners. It's like the dog a heart pill. You open that motherfucker's mouth and shove a pill down the throat.
Yep.
It's just aim for the face, okay?
Every single time you fuck her, you just open up her mouth and shove a Plan B pill down her throat.
No, you take a whole bunch of birth control pills and you shove them down her throat. That's what you do. And then 2 days after you see her, then you take the Plan B pill, 3 of them, and you shove them down her throat. That's what you do.
You put her ass in the headlock and shove that shit down her throat.
Exactly. So you got to get 2 different doses of 2 different things.
And don't even give her no water to drink. Just shove the shit down.
Nope, just shove it down. Drink it dry, bitch.
Or just shoot in the throat to begin with.
Oh,
damn, just shoot in the throat.
And then rub her neck.
Yeah,
there you go. Massage that shit down. Make sure she swallows.
Yeah, here you go. Calm down.
I feel like oh my God.
You can wash it down.
Oh dear Lord.
Every time I get
my virgin.
Yeah, I can't hang out with you.
My
guys.
virgin ears.
Oh, shut up, Slacks.
My virgin ears.
Oh Lord, what did I walk in and these crying virgin ears?
Watch the news.
You don't want to hear.
Good for the digestive system, man. I'm telling you.
Nigga, really? Well, hey, you know.
It makes her period better.
No, it doesn't.
Leslie. Sorry. I've got to ask you a question after this. So I might have to call you after this.
I'm done with y'all motherfuckers. I swear. What's wrong with y'all?
Hey, what's
Lord
up?
have mercy.
I have a question to ask you, but I don't want to ask it on the panel right now because it has nothing to do with the topic. So I want to ask you offline.
Okay, yeah. Not a problem at all. Not a problem.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Les.
If you feed it, you can avoid a fetus.
Wait, what? You know what? Never mind.
You better, girl. You better be careful what you're talking about back there, okay?
Yeah. Stuff. Ooh, Bella, that laugh. I mean, girl.
The evil.
Cackling like a witch. It is.
That's
turning me.
She's not a witch. Damn, really? A lich? Wow.
She's cackling like one. You know, it's just kind of.
I mean, well, yeah. Liches do cackle.
Halloween time. It's you know, in some type of way. I'm just kidding. Anyway, back to the children and electronics and social media.
Indeed. Anybody else want to chime in a little bit?
I don't know. Like I said, I still think it stems from expectations and open dialogue. People don't have expectations for themselves, so they don't have expectations for their kids. So when they get on social media and they're willy-nilly, they don't care. They just do what you want so they can stay out of their hair.
Pretty much.
They don't care for anyone else's feelings.
Nope.
I don't really care about it. I mean, the society has really become where we only care about what, really, we live for the moment. We're very selfish.
Mm-hmm. I'll admit it. I'm selfish right now, but I don't have kids, so I can be.
Oh yeah, and people should realize, especially when you. It's okay with being selfish too, but especially when you have a kid, you should realize that's when everything changes.
Hmm. That's when you no longer just have you. You also have another person attached to you.
Right.
So you really need to start looking at things from a perspective of, I have two lives now. Because in essence, you do. If you brought that baby to term.
Yeah. Pretty much, parenting today for most parents just sucks altogether.
Yeah, I can see that. But it's easy to do that when you have social media to raise your kids and love and hip hop and Housewives of Atlanta and all that stuff.
That bullshit.
Man, it makes you want to go back and watch the shows from those days and watch the shows from these days. It's tremendous how different it is.
Yeah, because I grew up watching Family Matters, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. What else? Of course, Good
Full
Times.
House.
I watched
Yeah,
all
Full
that.
House,
So
Boy
like,
Meets World.
yeah,
And
Boy Meets
notice
World.
all of them had families.
Yes, dads.
Right. Or father figures. Not
Uncle
anymore.
Phil. Hey, remember that episode where Will Smith got emotional on Uncle Phil? Oh man, that one. Hey, you didn't kind of feel something with that scene?
That was one of my favorite episodes, but the
Chicken
other one
George
went,
came.
huh?
When Chicken George came.
Oh, his dad, the one,
His dad,
Yeah.
Dude, I've got every single season of Fresh Prince, and every time I see that one, man, like it brings tears to my eyes every single time. I've
That
seen the
scene and
episode
the
a
one when
hundred
he got
times.
shot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one was a tough one for me to watch. I was like, oh man.
And most people didn't know that was kind of loosely based on the writer's life.
Oh.
Yeah, I kind of figured something like that. Because a lot of people are like, oh, Will Smith didn't have. I'm like, yeah, he did. He grew up in a suburban home in Philly.
Well, I was told that he didn't know some of that stuff. Like when Will Smith did the scenes, he actually wasn't fully prepped on some stuff. So when they said what they said, a lot of it was natural reaction, from what I heard or read. Excuse me.
Yeah, see, the creator of that show, he was born in Philly and moved with his rich or wealthier family members. It was kind of based on his life.
Wow.
And he just shared his story and used Will to display the story.
Yeah.
Hey, Anthony.
But you know, those are good things. Once again, back to raising kids. Those are things that we need. Good family shows. Because even though the father figures a lot of times are kind of idiots, but when it came down to life lessons,
they were always there.
they were stand-up men. Nowadays, they just all fucking idiots. There's no life lessons in any show. There's no family shows on TV now. None.
Yeah.
Not a
And
one.
if they are on, they really do suck.
Shit, name one.
Even Modern Family is a little strange because it's like it doesn't feel like a
That's for an
structure.
adult.
You know
That's
what?
for
You're right.
adults.
You're right. You're right.
Even the Girl Meets World, that when they brought that crap back, it's okay. It's not better than Boy Meets World or Fuller House.
Oh, that show is stupid. I think what they're trying to do with that one is centered around the girls that are still there. So it's not, it's a single women raising the kids now. So it's not even.
So basically, they're trying to do another Golden Girls, but not really.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. But you can't redo the Golden Girls. The Golden Girls are stuff. So
You can't redo that.
Golden Girls is the stuff. But they don't even in I think the Uncle Grandpa show that they have people watching.
A flying.
You know what? And Simply Deep just Simply Deep just lists some good shows. Give Me a Break. Think about that.
Yeah, Living Single, Martin.
Even though that was kind of an interracial couple, they really liked each other, and they raised those kids together. Living Single was kind of to prepare you for adult life and has
in a different world.
Martin was just a comedy show. The Jeffersons, if you look at George and Wheezy house, she respected the shit out of George.
Yep. And anything he said went.
Yeah. Guess what they saw in Lionel? You always respect them.
Yep.
227, same thing.
Yeah, can't forget about the Cosby Show there.
Just a gossiping ass old woman, but yeah.
Like I said, a different world. I think that was a college show, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a college show. It was preparing minorities what college life was about. We had no idea at that time what college life was about because shit, a whole lot of us never went to college at that time. And they said, man, I really want to go to college and experiencing things, fraternities, parties, learning education, meeting good friends. And I tell you this here, the guys I met in college, we're still friends for life. And I've been out of college shit for almost 20 years.
But you get out of different places. You get out of where you were born and you experience different things. So you get
to meet different cultures.
Exactly. You get to cultivate new life.
Those are the kind of shows we need.
They won't bring them shows back though.
And those things, what you did was as a family, you sat down and watched those things together.
Right.
Yep.
So now, you know, you got this big distance in your children, like, oh, you know, you go watch your TV in your room and I'll go watch TV in my bedroom. Back then, you all sat
everybody in the front room
and watch TV together.
Yep.
And those are memories children will have the rest of their life.
Right, Les. TGIF on what was it, ABC?
ABC on Fridays.
Yep. Hell yeah. You had Family Matters. Family Matters started off, and Boy Meets World.
The dinosaurs, the dinosaur show.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Damn, even they follow the same protocol, man.
I will even go back further. Hell, you guys might be too young to remember Alf.
Hell yeah, I remember Alf.
Ugly ass Alf.
Well, I'll go even earlier up to 2003, where they had the Proud Family. That was a parented show.
Right,
they had That's So Raven was a parented show. They had that little clown thing, JoJo Circus or whatever. That was a 2-parent show. They even had the Roly Polioli 2-parent show. They got rid of all of those.
But you see what time those shows? You talking about Nickelodeon, or Disney, early in the morning?
Yeah,
right.
It was not designed.
Don't forget Eureka's Castle.
As a family.
Yeah, Magellan.
And
Eureka's Castle, David the Gnome, Noodles.
Well, in the beginning, it was usually all day. Like at maybe about 3 or 4 would be the time where like the teen stuff would come on. But technically, my family would sit down, we'd watch That's So Raven together. We'd watch, those shows together and things like that. So I think it was designed for that, because we'd sit down on the weekends and watch that. Other than that, we were going to school in the morning. But on the weekends, those are things we would watch.
I'm gonna throw one of my wife's favorite shows. And if you go back and watch it, you will learn a whole lot. Little House on the Prairie.
Oh yeah, my mom used to watch that. I used to watch that with her.
That was kind of the epitome of how a family come together.
I was watching stuff that I wasn't supposed to watch, that teenagers was watching around that time, though.
Hey guys, did y'all? Sorry.
Oh, you go ahead.
I'm sorry too. Have y'all mentioned I Dream of Jeannie yet?
No, we did not mention that one.
And
I never really watched it.
No.
The Brady Bunch.
Yeah, the Brady Bunch.
I love Lucy.
Yeah.
I love Lucy. The Honeymooners.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All the movies Lucy made with Desi Arnaz, like, oh my god, I can watch it for hours on end.
Yeah, we didn't know that Mr. Brady was gay. We didn't know that.
A lot of people
didn't. I did not know either.
I still didn't know that.
No, we didn't know I Dream of Jeannie, the Colonel, he was gay.
Hey.
But they gave the front of a family. We need shows like that. Basically, what we need to do is stop feeding into this dumb shit and supporting dumbass shows so the ratings can go down. so we can really get our families back together, get our children in the same room. Because basically, when these shows go off after the 30 minutes or an hour program, you sit down and talk about it.
Yep.
You know, just like even I love cartoons.
Yep.
Back when I
Same
was
here.
back when I was growing up, at the end of that show, they gave you a life lesson.
Yep. Like I
Like
was about to
Sailor
say
Moon.
earlier,
Oh, sorry.
not just Sailor, but Sailor Moon. Yeah, I can say that, but that's not a cartoon.
Oh, it's anime, but you
Yeah,
know, same
yeah.
realm.
But I was watching stuff like what teenagers were watching around that time. Like I was watching a lot of stuff on MTV, and one of the shows I still watch to this day, and I didn't realize it was ahead of its time. Was called The Max, and basically, what I've come to a conclusion of what the show is about is dealing with running from yourself, so to speak, running from running from things that actually deal with your problems in your mind or whatnot. Because in reality, he was a bum, but once he put on his mask, he actually was a superhero in his own world. But he actually protected his jungle queen, who protected him in real life. Her name was Julie. So it's like her story was she was raped as a college girl and thrown in a ditch, but she actually came out of that situation as far as like numb, and she hid she suppressed all that. And
Trio,
I'm
can
keeping
I
hearing a
interrupt you
fucking
for a
echo.
second? You have a
Yeah, go
bad
ahead.
echo. I think you need to mute. Are you using two devices like you said?
I'm
You
only
sound like
no.
you sound like
Hold
you
on.
up in Max headroom. What the fuck?
No,
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
KP's computer echoing because
Yeah, that's not
KP's
mine.
icon.
Cause
Mine
my
goes
stuff is not on.
over here.
Yeah, KP, your icon keeps popping up.
My shit just
Yeah,
going
cause
ape shit.
that's just throwing me off too. Cause I can't think. I'm hearing the echo.
Let me mute my shit.
That's crazy. Hold up. Let me see something.
I got all
Uh,
kinds. Just keep popping up. Son of a
I
bitch.
don't know.
Is that better?
Yep, there you
So
go. Oh no, it's still echoing.
yeah, we still got it. Check 1 2. Y'all can hear
And
anything?
also on the social media front, people need to monitor what their children watch on television, like we were just talking about. We need more good oriented shows, but even the shows that we do have, they get skipped over in favor of love and hip hop and ridiculousness.
That's because it brings drama.
And Empire.
And oh my gosh,
I hate that
I
show.
hate that show.
God, I hate that show.
I'm sorry, that show is. I can't do it. I can't. I tried one episode and I couldn't do it.
I hate that show for a lot of reasons because it really makes my dream look like bullshit in a lot of ways. Like that's not how that goes, and people only dig. The story is just horrible, but people only stick there for the drama. That's it.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I didn't even.
Matter of fact, movies back then actually were more informative too. They don't have any informative movies. Like, I mean, it's a classic, Boys in the Hood, but think about it. That movie was real informative because it showed bad doughboy. One had a father, one didn't. Saw the outcome of one and the other. That's not even used in Hollywood today or in movies at all. They don't show that. It's always the dude actually cowtailing, woman actually fucking over the dude. It's some type of bullshit agenda they always like perpetuate. So that's not even showcased in today's society at all either.
Nope, not more. Because they're pushing that narrative that it's okay to not have both parents. It's okay to just have one or the other and not have that combination of hard and soft. Like I think KP or Leslie was talking about. You need that balance to show you, you can be hard. You're an asshole right now and you're being hard, and you can have that soft to show you that, hey, I am being an asshole and maybe I do need to check myself a little bit. When you have
Right.
both parents, you can see that. But in the media, when they show you you don't need both parents, then what are young people going to think who are procreating?
Right.
That, okay, well, I could do it by myself. And then the woman finds out she can't do it by herself, and then she's angry and upset. But because their parents haven't taught them that that's not what it's supposed to be like, it starts that cycle.
Yeah. It's also actually showcasing the fact that there is no structure in the so
Yep.
without this structure of a male figure actually being the head of the household, you have all this other bullshit, and you will have, which leads back to the social media thing, because you have all these girls who trying to emulate that crap. You will have, and I've seen it multiple times on Instagram, which is annoying as hell. Everybody wants to be a damn model from Love and Hip Hop, or just a model, period. And I'm like, damn, don't y'all want to be something else? But that's what pops up most of the time. This is what you see. You will see these girls run around here just they look at what's on TV, they look shit pass through social media, and next thing you know, they doing all this dumb shit to actually like try to get some recognition, so to speak.
Yep. They're up
And
there
then you have
posting
these
pictures
dudes
of
out
how
here.
much they can twerk and how much they can, take a
Yeah.
picture with their butt in the camera, how big they can get the duck lips, and how much cleavage they can show and put out. Look, I'm 21. I could put all the cleavage out. When you're 15 and 16 and 13 and 14, you have no business showing anything, no matter how much you got. Cover it up.
Yeah.
And parents should be teaching them that as well. But that's
Right.
sorry no.
No, you're right, because I just have to scratch my head at all these damn parents for real, because I'm like, how can y'all just let y'all kids just do all this shit? Just seriously. I mean, you're not paying attention to your kids. There's just like I've seen a meme where it was a chick and her daughter, and everything her mom did, she did. And she was encouraging it until like I think it was like from age 5 or something. She was doing something like posing like her mama or something like that, and her mama was like, "Oh yeah, that's so cute," and she was cursing like her mama, and she was like dancing like her mama. And all of a sudden, when she got like 15, she was like, "I don't know where it happened. I don't know what I went wrong." I'm like, "Motherfucker, you started this shit when she was young." So,
But I
like,
don't see
damn.
anything wrong with what I was doing. We were just having fun. That's the problem. You were too focused on having fun instead of being a parent.
Right. Another thing though is like I see a lot of parents treating their kids like friends and shit. I understand there's a bond you're supposed to have with your kids, but you can't cut that line of like, okay, I'm gonna be their friend. Because when it comes to discipline, they're not gonna actually look at it like, they're gonna look at it as betrayal. That's exactly what's gonna play in. We're like, oh, I can't believe you did this to me. That shit's gonna play a part in that. You're screwing yourself up with that shit. They need to stop that, man, for real.
Or even so, Trey, stop treating your fucking children like y'all in a relationship.
Oh God, thank you.
Calling your son the man of the house. Stop doing that.
Nope. Oh gosh.
But on a final note for me, and then being serious, for parents, family members, friends, mentors, look out for the young ones and be involved with everything they're doing. Don't be afraid to cross the line, quote unquote, and be nosy.
Right.
Because that's what we're here to do as responsible adults. I don't care if it's your child or your niece or your nephew or your neighbor's child. We need to go out here and look out for our next generation.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's get involved back with the community.
Yep, I agree.
That's my final thoughts on it.
And I think that with that, it starts in home. So we have to start with our kids and our brothers and sisters, and well, my brothers and sisters because they're younger than me. So I'm over there all the time. You know, I'm over there checking on my little sister. I'm in her life. I'm in my brother's life. I want to know what they're doing. And because I was with my brother for my little sister, she's younger, and I've moved out, but my brother was with me the whole time. So he's serious about his whatever he's going to do. He just knows he's not gonna have kids right now, or be stupid enough to have kids right now. So you know, we had each other's back, you know, for so long that he's, you know, he saw me that I don't have kids, so my sister doesn't do it, then why should I? That's kind of how it is. So we also need that, especially if you have brothers and sisters. But if you see your brothers and sisters out there having kids and drinking and drugging and all that stuff, then what are you gonna do? You know, if you people I like, my brother looks up to me. You know, you listen to your parents. And this goes for if you have siblings. You listen to your parents, but you listen to your brother and sister just a little bit more, because you're like, you can tell them a little bit more than you can your parents. So also with that dynamic, there needs to be my parents always taught me your brother and sister are looking up to you too. Not only do you have rules, but you have other people to look up to you. So you need to lead by example. So they also taught me to lead by example.
Right.
Right on. How about you, Trey? What you got for final thoughts? As you take a deep breath.
Yeah. I mean, practically, I mean, I agree with everything y'all said. Be more involved with your kids' life. Stop trying to put your kids on other people. That's gonna cause more problems than you think. Then when, you got to realize too, you gonna get older, and those kids are gonna get older too. But you're gonna be old and probably decrepit. Not to sound like that, but you're gonna need them when you get old. So it's like you got to watch how you treat your kids, as far as in that way. Because if you don't care, they're not gonna care. So it's best to play a huge part in your children's life. Continue to monitor them. You know, have that open relationship, because a lot of parents don't have an open relationship with their kids. It's like you got to have that trust factor with them, and that's not pretty much done in a lot of households at all. So it's like you got to make sure that is established at a young age. That way they won't hesitate to actually like come to you about any issues or whatnot, especially if, let's say, if one of them did get molested. Hopefully not. I pray that never happens to anybody, but saying if that does, they wouldn't hesitate to actually come to you or be embarrassed to talk to you about that situation.
Right.
I mean, so yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say about that one.
Good points, man. Good points, guys. How about you, Bella Noche?
I enjoyed the show very much. I have learned a lot. There's a few things that I'm going to be investigating, starting off with who is in the neighborhood, for sure.
That's always a good start.
Yeah. So I really don't have anything really else to say. However, it was awesome. Fantastic job, Les, and everybody else, especially a trio. He had a lot to contribute again, hey? And all of you guys. So looking forward to the next show.
Oh, most
These
definitely.
topics are awesome. Fantastic topic, Les. Great job.
Indeed.
How about your little cousins? How about your little cousin Zelix? What's your last words, brother?
Oh, I just want to say, you know, I was kind of happy, and thank you, Leslie, for sharing that information about that app, because I didn't know about that app, but that will come in handy for people, you know, for even cousins and whatnot. And the show was really good. I have to concur with the Treyu and everybody here regarding, I guess, for the most part, being involved, especially in the Black community.
Right.
Be involved, and honestly, like, check your kids' work from school. I know that sounds weird, but check their homework and stuff. Even if you may not even know all of it really, but act like you do. Believe me, I got caught in so many lies with my parents just acting like they knew what was up when I know they didn't know what was up. Well, now, but not at the time. So just like be more involved. I would like what I think Atreyu said. Be more involved, and that's all I can really say.
And back to the man of the hour, Mr. DJ Leslie in the house. Don't tell me he even fell asleep on us.
I hope not.
Oh my word! Did the host of the night fall asleep? You're fired.
We reserve the right to fire people.
I wish I could do his voice, but like, well,
Is there a tool? Is there a tool I can have, like a monkey wrench or something to fire him?
No, my final thoughts for tonight.
So you almost pulled it off, almost.
Yeah, you just can't.
Yeah, you're gonna have to say something, a trio. Come on.
Well, personally, me and my kids, yeah, I have a close relationship with my kids. I make sure that I'm involved in my kids' life. So, yeah, parents, you need to get on your shit.
Dude, that was good.
That was really good. Hey, what's up out there?
I need a vape though.
Hey, Trey's the man. I don't care what nobody says.
Do you have glasses on your face?
Oh, my bad. I'm messing around with some stuff.
Hey, Dre, are you there?
I'm not doing Dre, damn it. I'm not doing Dre.
Come on, do it, bro. Do it.
Oh my God. I don't even know if I can pull a list off. I'm sorry. I don't even know if I can pull that off. That's hard as hell to do sometimes.
Welcome to the Big Woes. This is
Judge Dre. Like, damn it, man. Like, yeah, that is a little bit hard to pull off. It's like I have to steady Dre a little bit more to actually get Dre.
That's good, man.
Yeah, you gotta get that list just right.
Wait, how are we gonna? If the two rain people running the thing, how are we gonna get off of here? Is it
I'm
just
pretty
gonna
sure
keep
KP actually can do it. Can you, KP?
No, I don't have. No.
No, we're stuck in limbo.
No. I'm about to wake some people up around here.
Call Dre something.
Dre, Leslie, call Leslie because I thought about to talk to him.
Man, what the hell? How do you fall asleep that fast?
Hey, man.
My dad does it all the time. Anywhere, doesn't matter if you're moving and it's a bumpy night, he will fall asleep.
I hate to call people this late at night.
But if you turn that TV off, he'll wake right on up.
It works like that?
Call his name.
Leslie.
Leslie,
Bella,
Dre.
DJ Remix.
Yes, Felix.
Scream his name.
Hey, Leslie. Wake up. Leslie.
Not working.
DJ Remix, wake your ass up.
What's up,
Hey,
Deb?
DJ.
Deborah
Black
in the
Lives Matter.
house.
Good morning, Deb. We're going to bed, though. Sorry.
Hey, Deb.
Bye, girl.
Deb was just now waking up for this.
She's saying good morning, and we're all saying good night.
I know.
Hey, and I was just wondering, guys, I wanted to let Anthony know that I'd like to see if maybe we can get him on the fam hangout and show him how much fun and craziness goes on around over there.
Huh?
Is somebody got Sonic going on?
What's up, man?
What were you saying, Bella? On this panel?
Yeah, I wanted to add Anthony to the hangout if we're not going to do another show, so you can see all the fun that happens. Hey, Theo.
Hey, Theo.
What's going on, Theo?
Hey, Sobit.
Hola.
Oh, Leslie's back.
Yay! Leslie woke up. Woo woo!
All right, man.
You better say a closing argument before your ass falls asleep again, though.
All right.
I'm just saying,
Right.
bruh, brother.
We got to hold us up.
We go ahead and do our final thoughts right here.
What the hell?
Hello, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Wait, is that Jerry or Trey? Which one is that?
No, every time when you say it like that, you know what I think of.
Well, you got to do Dre's voice
And
like
yes,
that.
Well,
That's
that's
wild.
Trey, right?
That was Dre doing that. That's
Okay,
now
okay.
it's me.
Woo, this guy's good.
All I had to do was hear it.
Oh,
I told you this, man. I told you you're the
that's
voice.
it. Hey, Anthony J. No, Anthony, put your email if you wanted to say something. I'll add you real quick. Go ahead.
Hey, Theo.
Theo, what's up? In the
Theo's the
building.
man.
I want
Yes,
to thank
he
you
is.
guys for coming to the show. Please like, share, subscribe, and definitely hit that donate button down there because that's what keeps the show going. I said,
Just wake up selling shit.
Did Leslie really fall asleep again?
Possibly.
No. That's not acceptable. That's not acceptable.
Leslie is knocked the fuck out.
I'm still here,
that's
motherfuckers. Quit talking shit.
some bullshit. You're fired. You're fired. You're
No,
not
we
good
can't-
for anything but
Fired.
being a DJ, man. You cannot be a
Fired.
host. You fall
Nah,
asleep.
this is the problem. You sit here and talk all this mess you talking about with this, but you gotta understand, Leslie work hard. I know exactly. Think about it. I know I'd have been to 2 damn places today working.
You damn right.
Yeah, I know.
Leslie,
I just like giving him a hard time.
On the phone. Turn your ringer up.
Oh no,
The
I
hell?
went by the time I woke up and went to pick it up, man. The call had already ended, so
It worked out perfectly then.
Good night,
what the fuck are you doing, man?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Good night, motherfuckers.
Hi everybody.
Goodbye, motherfucker.
Oh, you
shit.
guys are crazy.
Oh man.
Damn it, man.
And let's take a vote. Who's the most entertaining member of this damn thing? I'm going to Trey.
Yeah. Yeah, I
By
think a
far.
trio. Who makes me laugh my ass off? Leslie, because he falls asleep in a second.
Talking about sticking pills down chicks' throats and rubbing her neck.
Oh, Slacks, yeah.
I was about to rub
yeah,
your throat
Slacks.
so you wake up.
Oh, Lord. Rubbing throats and shit.
Late night free for all. Hop on the panel, you freaks.
Good night, motherfucker.
Freak for all.
Lord,
Bruh.
Freaky be the host.
Bruh.
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 Did we even get those
Bruh.
last 2 final thoughts?
Are we saying bra or bruh? Bruh.
You
We're
gotta say
saying
it like it's a
lethargically. Like it's lethargically. Bruh.
Bruh. You gotta say it like it's a bubble. You gotta pop the bubble with it. That one in that, really, nigga?
All right, everybody. Well, it's been 2 hours, a couple minutes over. We're gonna wrap up the show. I want to thank everybody in the audience for participating, and make sure you guys hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Donate to that damn show.
You damn right.
And
we take food stamps. We take gift cards.
Food stamps.
Hey, I'm the host.
Leslie
I'm
was about
talking.
to thank me.
We take it, bitch, if you offer.
Folks. I'm starting muting.
So is it over with, guys?
Wait a minute, guys. The host is talking, so we gotta.
And I want to give a special thanks and shout out to everybody on the panel for participating tonight. Thanks for all your input. And
You're
we'll
welcome,
wrap it up.
baby.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And while we're doing this, guys, I'm going to go ahead and post a link right here in the box. Please go over there. That's going to be our secondary channel right there. So I want everybody here, please go over there and subscribe. The name of the channel is Judges Chambers. So go over there and subscribe because in a couple of days, that's where our after shows will be. So if you want to catch the after show because you're late, you're going to have to subscribe to that channel. Otherwise, you're not going to know where we are.
Damn right.
I've been late like a motherfucker, man. Shit.
What up, man?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Chilling
Hello,
like
Anthony.
a villain.
No, been late, man. Shit.
Make
Leslie, don't forget, I need to ask
your
you
way
a
over
question.
to that channel there and subscribe. Otherwise, you're gonna miss out on all the after show topics.
Oh shit.
Can you dig it?
Look at that.
Can you dig it? Can you dig
All
it?
right,
Oh
later,
yeah.
guys.
You.
All right. Goodbye, motherfucker.
Bye. Later, bitches.
Bye, guys.
We out of here.
All right.
No ass and all thighs, motherfucker.